43 people are there. 2 guests. Okay. Can anybody tell me whether U2 as well as U1 both are joining the class, or there is only one class? Because the attendees are only 62. Yes, Rajan Gupta. Hello. Rajan, unmute yourself. Yes. Yes, Shraddha. Hello. Anybody is getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
both the classes are joining this meeting, right? 3U1 as
Yeah.
well as 3U2. Okay. Looking at participant only 69. That's why I thought the message is conveyed to only 3U2 or something else. Okay. So here, mm, after 3 minutes, we'll start the lecture. Those who are not getting the audio may get this recording after finish of this class on the Teams software itself. So no worry about that. You may listen this lecture later on also. So right now, just be present. If you are getting say weak voice or interrupted voice, don't worry about that. So actually, SBL3 or 3U1, there is EP Turaskar sir. For 3U2, myself will be teaching this subject, but until and unless we will be on online session, we'll be sharing the lectures point wise. So in this previous 2-3 points will be covered by myself. Later on, it will be handed over to Turaskar sir. He will be conducting class for next 2-3 points, and this will be continued until we'll have live classes into the classroom. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll start lecture. Good morning, everybody. So here, don't unmute your mic. I'll be talking here. Now we'll start this lecture. We'll see the syllabus scheme first. For that, I will share my screen. All of you mute your mic. So you may raise hand in the team software if I ask certain question. Like, are you able to see my desktop on which the teaching scheme is there, PDF?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So, okay. Single answer is sufficient. So here are certain subjects that you have, out of which you can see here, uh, there is subject which is skill development lab 3. It is a simulation based subject wherein you have 50 internal marks and 50 external marks. Total are the 100 marks. Moving to the subject that SDL syllabus. So this is the code 580p9 skill development lab. To understand this subject, you must be aware of signal and system and communication engineering, as well as you must be somewhat aware about MATLAB software. So we'll be using MATLAB software for understanding this subject. So these are the course objectives: to familiarize the student in introducing and exploring MATLAB and Simulink. We'll not be using Scilab and XCOS environment. We'll be using MATLAB Simulink to enable the student on how to approach for solving engineering problem using simulation tools like MATLAB, to provide a foundation in use of this software for real-time application, and to prepare the student to use MATLAB Simulink in their project. On completion of this course, student will be able to use MATLAB Simulink for interactive computation, able to use basic flow control, if else for while such conditions, and familiarize with strings and matrices and their uses, able to write program script, function, and simulate experiment models using MATLAB and Simulink development environment, and able to generate different plots, explode result, draw valid conclusion, and inference in the engineering problem. These are the course outcomes. All of you, please mute your mic. All of you, please mute your mic. Yes, Purva, any question? You raise hand. Rajan? Hello? Two students raise their hand, Purva and Rajan. Any question to them? Ashish Kumar also. Am I connected?
Yes, sir, you are connected.
So any question? Those who raise the hand, any question there? Or any query? Okay, so there are only 3 units which has to be covered within 26 lecture. And unit 1 will be learning fundamentals of MATLAB. So MATLAB environment, what are the different operators in the MATLAB, data types, variables, arrays, character and string, how to add character and string, structures, built-in functions of the MATLAB, input and output data handling, script writing, creating functions, conditional statements like if, else, likewise, and introduction to toolboxes. There are several toolboxes like signal processing, image processing, communication toolboxes are there, mathematical toolboxes are there. Even other than electronic subject, there are certain toolboxes for mechanical as well as civil engineering people also. So in unit 2, we'll see the graphics in the MATLAB. Plotting data, if we have several data and we wanted to plot the graph accordingly, we may do using the MATLAB. Then legends and markers. How do we put, say, markers on the graph so that we can analyze particular data at any instant? Then 3D mesh and surface plot. Use of other spatial plots, error graphs, scatter plot, polar plot, quiver plot, etc. And very say interesting part of this second unit is graphical user interface. So we will be creating GUI wherein you may have several buttons like drop down buttons, push buttons. You may have some drop down list. Accordingly, you may say create user friendly environment, and in the background there will be a program which will be say run after you click certain say radio button or drop down or push button on the graphical user interface. So this will be the very interesting part in this subject. So creating that GUI, displaying a GUI component, panels, buttons, group, and dialog boxes and menus will see in second unit. And the third unit is the special environment. It is Simulink. So Simulink environment, resources in the Simulink block set, and model creation and design, introduction to S function. So the Simulink model is somewhat different, wherein we need very less programming into the MATLAB. Some direct block sets are available. It will be say visible in the form of block and will perform particular function whatever the block you are choosing. Suppose for an example, suppose I wanted to process on audio, I wanted to say remove noise. I may take 2 mics in the Simulink block set, wherein one mic will record the voice of say speaking person, another mic will say get noise in the environment, and meanwhile we may put one another block which will be processing these two signals, wherein noise will be removed from say the speaking person जो mix signal है जिसमें noise and actual speech is present. From that noise will be separated, and after that we may have a speaker wherein you'll get clear sound without any noise. So some process. Of course, whatever I'm talking, it is not that much simple, but I'm giving one example wherein we may have some block set where some inbuilt functions are written into the block set. We have to just set certain parameters of those blocks, and accordingly we'll have say simulation and the simulated result on the MATLAB. For this skill development lab 3 subject, textbooks are given, that is Stephen J. Champman, MATLAB Programming for Engineers, 4th edition. And another textbook is Philippi Rogue's author, and it is Scilab from Theory of Practice. So we are not using Scilab for simulation of these say practicals. So second book say we may not use. So first book you may refer. Then references, we have a guide to MATLAB for beginners and experienced user, third edition from Cambridge University. And second reference is Dr. M. Afol. So it is Scilab again. So second reference book is not say be used by us because we are not using Scilab. And these are the experiments wherein whatever we will learn into the classroom from next lecture onward will be simulated into the MATLAB. So you can see certain experiments are there. So very first thing, experiment signal and their properties. So how to plot signal in MATLAB, like impulse signal, step signal, ramp signal, sinusoidal signal. You know what is sinusoidal signal, ramp signal. How to plot exponential signal into the MATLAB, that will be actually simulated. And to explore the effect of transformation of signal parameters, that is amplitude scaling, time shifting. So in first experiment. So I will not read these all experiment here. So total it is list of 11, and any relevant 10 experiment can be say simulated on MATLAB to complete this practical. Of course, we will be learning each and every concept regarding this practical. We'll start from operators, then data types, and we'll come to these experiment along with code. We'll see the simulated result. We'll discuss into the lecture as well. And whenever you come back to the college, you may perform the similar experiment, or else if you have laptop and MATLAB installed on that, you may simulate simultaneously whatever I will be providing in the next lecture. Again, those who do not have say MATLAB software with them, they may use online simulator which is available for the MATLAB, wherein no need to install MATLAB into your laptop or mobile. So directly you may simulate certain code online and you will get particular results or whatever the errors that you get into the code. So these are all practicals related to this subject. So this was the overview of syllabus scheme and syllabus and some say things that I explain what we are going to do in the future for this particular practical and the theory subject. Now, if anybody has any question, may raise their hand and unmute yourself and we'll discuss, because next I will move to the MATLAB software and I will just get you aware about the MATLAB. So anybody has a question in this class? Anybody has a question? They may unmute and talk to me. Okay, so we'll move forward. That I'll open MATLAB window here. Are you able to see MATLAB 2015A?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, for visibility purpose, I have say increase the font of each and every say window of this MATLAB. Now in this MATLAB, there are several say buttons on the taskbar here on the top, out of which most of the buttons are useful to us. Some buttons will be used in future, say later on whenever we will be performing the practical. Now here there are several windows you can see. This is the current folder. Then we have a command window. This will be the command window. This will be the current folder, and this will be the workspace. Workspace, whatever are the intermediate calculations, say performed by MATLAB, will be shown. In command window, we may write certain say command. If you wanted to write 2-3 commands, it is very easy to write into the command window. So like I will write very easiest program, that is simple addition. So suppose I write a equals to say 15, and if I enter, then a equals to 15 is say understood by the MATLAB. You can see the workspace. It is a data type double. We will be talking about what is the data type. Right now we will not talk about that. So in this matrices, you can see that a 15 value 15 is saved as a so variable name is a. Now next, what I will do, I'll simply say that b is equal to say 10. So in workspace, you can see b is added. And lastly, I may write an instruction to perform certain operation on A and B. So I will say A plus B is equal to C. So it will simply, I'm sorry. A plus B. So you can see here A plus B, 10 plus 15, it will be 25. If I perform A minus B, these are the simplest say program. You may have a result 5. So here into the workspace, the answer is updated because we have not say mentioned any variable to this answer. But if I write say C is equal to A plus B in bracket of course, and if I enter, you will get third variable into the workspace which has C, and it is a result of addition of variable A and variable B. And again you may have another D is equal to A minus B. So you may see whatever we are doing is reflected here. D is the subtraction of A minus B. So in the workspace, these are the very simple example, and into the workspace, you can see whatever we are doing is performed and is shown into the workspace. In previous case, what we did, we just did A plus B. So it was say default answer was 25. Then I did A minus B without say giving any other variable to the result. Automatically answer is updated to A minus B. Like I will do it again. So I will do A plus B simply. I'm not asking that A plus B will be C or will be D. I have not say mentioned anything in this. So you can see the answer is by default variable is answer. Answer is updated is equal to 25. So now just for introduction of this MATLAB, I use this. So command window is window where we can write certain say commands to be executed, and we can simultaneously observe what will be the result into the workspace as well as on command window. But guys, you can see that these examples are very simple, or you may execute 2-3 line code into the command window, but you have say line of code of say 50 to 100 lines or more than that. You cannot execute into the command window because it is a sequential say way. You can see here we have given value 15 to the A, we have given value 10 to the B, and then after I mention A plus B is equal to C. If I'm not giving any value to A and B and directly writing A plus B is equal to C, you will definitely get an error. So here small functions, small instructions we can say can be tested and run into the command window, and simultaneously it can be observed here into the workspace. But if you wanted to write long code, you need the editor, like into the home button. I clicked on new script. I clicked on new script, and you will get another window which is editor. While saving, you may change this name. Right now it is untitled 2. You may change according to your say priority. So here if I write A is equal to 15, semicolon is important to end the instruction. Then say B is equal to 10, semicolon. Then C is equal to A plus B, and say D is equal to A minus B. So we'll run this. First of all, we'll save this. Say add subtract. Always this file is saved with the extension of .m, that is the MATLAB file. So add sub.m will be the file. I'll show that here. So you can see some pop-up on the window, that MATLAB editor. To run this file, you can either change the MATLAB current folder or add it folder to the MATLAB path, because right now I'll cancel this first. Right now your current folder is somewhat different. Here is the current folder which is not your desktop. It will be somewhat different, which is say installed into the library. So this is the work or current folder. If I run this program, it is asking to either change the folder or add this folder to the path, because desktop pe hum work nahi kar rahe, our current folder is different. So I will add it to the desktop, and you can see here are the result. I will change the values so that you will not get confused. So it will be 30 and run this. Yes. Are you getting? Yes, we are getting. You can see into the workspace. Again, I will take say small pause. Hello. Everybody is getting my volume, my voice.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any one or two samples can be say. Okay, and able to
Yes,
say
sir.
see my desktop. What
Yes,
are
sir.
my I'm explaining? Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir.
Any
Yes, sir.
question regarding
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
till the time? Any question regarding?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, very simple, because later on we'll be moving to the say some say syllabus wise we'll move. Right now I am just getting aware about the MATLAB. Now in workspace, what I did initially,
Sir,
I wrote
sir.
command. Yes, anybody?
So we are writing this all the commands and all the. So is it following any type of a language like C++ or any language, or MATLAB has its own language?
No, it has a own syntax. Every instruction has a syntax. If you change the syntax, there will be an error. Like initially, I made one mistake. I wrote A plus B is equal to C, and when I write C is equal to A plus B in bracket, then it will be properly understand that A and B के addition करना है. Okay, there are syntax. If you say miss the syntax, there will be an error. Okay, again
Okay, sir.
it
Thank
is
you.
likely say whatever are the conditional instructions like if else while loop vagara, those are quite similar to the C language. Okay, and right now whatever we executed in the form of program, is it, this is the program now. Whatever we wrote into the MATLAB M file, this is the program. We are not working into the MATLAB window, we are working into the editor. This is called editor. Whatever we did right now, it's called editor. And in that editor, by single clicking on run, we run this program and we get complete answers here. Like A is 55 in the workspace, B is 30. So C is addition of 55 and 30, that is 85. And D is the subtraction of A and B, that is 25. So if I minimize this, you can see the, I'll close this. You can see one file is created. Are you able to see my desktop? One file is created. Whatever name we assign, that is add sub.m. .m is the extension. Like for PDF, it is .pdf. For doc, it is .doc. Likewise, an extension for this MATLAB file is .m. Now, here, other than this, I'll just route certain things of the MATLAB. Like on home button, you have a script. If you wanted to create new program, you may click on new script. You may write a program here. You may save it with extension .m. If you don't save it with extension .m, file will not be executed. If you miss the syntax, then again there will be an error. And here in new tab also, plus sign is there. You may have script for which there is shortcut button control N. You can directly have this editor screen. Then functions, this will be discussed later on. Some examples, inbuilt examples are there into the MATLAB, which can be also used for learning the MATLAB. These are certain, say, different functions of the MATLAB. Again, I'll not discuss right now. We will be discussing script only. Then if you wanted to open certain file, you may go here. Recent file is also available. Recently we use this add sub.m here, but you may open by keeping putting open tab, then desktop. Then you may, if you are unable to find a file of MATLAB, you may directly drop down this and you may choose M file only. So we'll have M file only, desktop, M file. Where is our file? It is .m. MATLAB file. So this is the M file that you can open likewise. Then we'll not be discussing about import data, save workspace. We have again 20 minutes to talk. Okay, save workspace. So we'll not be discussing about this. Later on it will be used while performing say practicals as well as in successive lectures. Then Simulink library. I'll show you this because you have to perform certain practicals into Simulink also. So this library will provide you direct block sets which can be used directly and can be simulated to get particular result. It will take certain time. Till the Simulink library open, is there any question from your end? It's taking longer time to open. So similarly, you may see certain another tabs on this. So this is the Simulink library browser. If you click what I did, I clicked on Simulink library and you got this library on which you will see several block sets. Simulink block set. Next is aerospace block set, communication system toolbox, likewise control system toolbox, DSP toolbox, data acquisition, which is very important while doing final year project. If you are doing project into MATLAB, then embedded coder, fuzzy logic toolbox, then HDL coder verifier, image acquisition toolbox, then neural network toolbox. Most of the toolboxes are say useful for electronics engineer. Likewise, Vision HDL toolbox and commonly used blocks are, you can see, if you want constant, you may take these buses are there, gain function is there, logical ANDing is there. Here I will select one by one. I hope it is visible at your end. Then product block is there. Relational operator is there. You may put condition greater, less, equal to. Likewise, relational block set. In out just for subsystem, in out block is there. Summing block is there. Likewise. Then some for continuous signal. We have certain mathematical functions available in Simulink library. This is just the awareness. Right now we are not going to use. Don't you worry about that. So continuous signal, if you want derivative of certain signal, you may use direct block set. Of course, properties will be say adjusted while using this block directly Lia or use Kia. This will not happen every time. We have to go into the libraries. We have to set data types. We have to set certain properties. Later on, we will be able to use this kind of function. Integrator, PID controller, pole zero, time delay, likewise. Then discrete mathematical functions, logical operator. There are say right now it is showing AND, but we may add certain another operators like AND or NOR, NOT, NAND. Likewise, relational operator. Some block sets are repeated because it comes under this category logic and bit operator as well as commonly used block set and say continuous. So that's why some block sets are repeated in certain library. Lookup tables are there. Math operators are there. You may see math operators. And this is very important for electronics engineer. I will directly jump to what? Sync. So what are the sync? Sync are like display, scope, आउटपुट लेना है, स्कोप, टर्मिनेटर, सिमुलेशन स्टॉप करना है, कहीं पे फाइल सेव करनी है टू द फाइल, टू द वर्कस्पेस. These two block sets are used to save data to the workspace or certain file. And if you wanted to plot a graph, this will be the graph plotter. These are the syncs because these all are the output side. And sources, in sources you may have this constant, then digital clock, then form workspace. अगर आपको कोई फाइल इनपुट देना है तो these are the files. Ground, pulse generate करना है, then pulse generator and so on. Step input, certain different random inputs are there. Okay, so these are the block sets which we'll be using. Now next is the layout. So what is the default layout here? Current folder is here, then editor is here, command window is here, workspace here. But if you don't want such kind of layout, you may change layout. This is the default layout. Then this is the 3-column layout where you will see the current folder here, editor here, command window here, and workspace here. Just if you wanted to change the look, layout option is used. Like I use command window only. So there will be only command window here. Likewise. So I'll put default again. Then preferences. Now by default, if you see, these fonts are very small. Whatever I'm writing into the command window or in the editor, these fonts are very small. If these are the default setting. In preferences, you may set certain things of the MATLAB front-end GUI according to your need. Like as I'm using this MATLAB for online teaching, that's why I change font size. Like I will show you here. This is also important because sometime if we say present into the classroom, then fonts are very small and not visible to last benchers. At that time, we need to enhance this font. So font, and if I put on custom, and I will show you default for certain things, say command window, editor, and okay, apply and okay. You can see this is the default, but for visibility purpose, I've used custom bold 14. So now you will be able to see the font. So such certain preferences are given, like what you want. By the time you'll understand these things. So custom settings for each and every, say, part of this MATLAB. Then plots, several plots for getting results. Again, most of the things I will not discuss in this lecture. You can see there are several options to run particular program, that is run, then run and advance, then run section, advance, then run and time. So you can set particular, say, instruction by using, say, these other buttons, that at what line of code you wanted to run the program, where to stop, where to start. Every instruction can be given to the MATLAB if you say perform into the MATLAB some larger programs. And if you want, say, some specific code to be run from complete program, you may use, say, further options. Naturally, while performing practical, we do not use this run and advance, then run section and run and time. So this was, say, small introduction about the MATLAB. Now what I do, here I will close this editor, and you can see, what do you see here? On command window, there is huge data. If I do this, A is equal to 9, B is equal to 10, C is equal to A plus B likewise. So you can see here command window has several previous history, and if you wanted a blank command window, there is CLC command. The command window will be blank. Now similarly, there are several instructions which need to be added while writing code into the script. So what I will do, I will open our script, add sub, and some, say, necessary instructions in almost all program that I will write here. One is CLC semicolon. What it will do? It will clear the command window. Then clear space all. Clear space all will clear all the intermediate, say, actions or say mathematic operations performed by the MATLAB. Suppose we have, say, define n number of variables, and while running the program, there are several intermediate operations which are stored in temporary, say, variables. Those will be cleared before running your program. And then another is close all. By the time you will understand the meaning of these all instruction, these three instruction, I will say these three instructions are mandatory in all program. What is the close all? Suppose I wrote a program for certain image processing. Suppose I'm taking an original image and output, I'm taking 2-3 output. Say original image, I'm performing flip of this image, then brightness I increase, then contrast I change, then I have cropped that image. So I will be having how many results? One is original result, original image popped up on the screen, and along with that there will be 5 results of cropping, the brightness, say contrast change, flip, whatever. These 5 results will be popped on the screen. That will be total, say, 5-6 windows. Then after, if you run and again run this program, then what will happen? MATLAB will not close those all results automatically. Those all results means figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, figure 4, figure 5, figure 6 will be kept open, and later on if I run it again, there will be 6 more window popped up with name figure 7 to figure 12 with similar result. If you run it again, there will be addition of 6 windows again. So there will be multiple windows on your desktop of same result. So if you want to analyze the result, it will be quite difficult to identify what we are looking at. So for that we use close all function. What will be happen due to this close all? Whatever the previous results open on the screen in the form of window will be automatically closed, and the fresh result which is generated right away will be popped up on the screen. So these 3 instructions, I will say this will be the mandate for all the programs, so that जैसे कि sometime now line of code is very small right now, it is only of 4-5 lines, but whenever we will be executing, say, very hard functions and very huge program, at that time due to this multiple window, MATLAB may hang and you may need to be turn off MATLAB completely and reopen it. So better use such kind of instructions like clear all, close all, and clear screen. So again, I'll get back to you and asking you, is there any query from your end related to this lecture? Anybody from your side? This was just the awareness of the software and the syllabus. Because at 11:50, I have scheduled another lecture of analog electronics 2, which will be conducted by Dr. Kanchandani sir and myself. I will be there only for 10 to 15 minutes. Later on, Kanchandani sir will continue the lecture of analog electronics 2, which is scheduled at in the timetable actually scheduled at 12 o'clock. But for again settling purpose, the meeting is scheduled at 11:50. So you have total 6 minutes. If you have any discussion, you may start. Shraddha, any question from your side? Shraddha
No, sir.
Vambere.
Okay.
So mute your
No, sir.
mic, please. So mute your mic, please. Abhijit, Javanjarkar.
Sir?
Abhijit, yes, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, we have 6 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. Now tell me, just raise your hand. जिन्होंने hand raise किया है, please drop your hand first. जो लोगों ने hand raise किया है, drop your hand into the teams, okay? Not actual. Okay. Now out of I have how many? I have 138 participant for this lecture. 139. Now I want to ask one question. Those who faced difficulty into this lecture, difficulty related to connection, sound, connectivity, okay, please raise your hand so that I will have data how many of you are facing problem regarding connectivity. Those who face problem related to audio connectivity during this lecture, raise your hand. 5 people. 7. Okay, I got only 9 students who raised their hand that they faced problem of connectivity. Aditya Kathane, unmute yourself. Aditya Kathane.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What was the problem? Can you share?
Sir, there was a problem of sound. Sound is little bit blurry, disturbing.
Blurry. Okay. Was it throughout the session?
No, sir. In meanwhile, sometimes it's get vanished.
Okay. So what is the recurrency of that? Like you suppose if I ask you into the percentage, so what percent of lecture you say attended very clearly, properly?
75%.
Okay, so you have about 25% voice connectivity problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll stop sharing my screen first so that it will be visible. Any other participant who raise hand, because out of this 139, it is very difficult to search on my screen. Yes, I got one. Saili Joshi. Saili Joshi, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what was the problem?
No problem, sir.
Sound problem is there? You raised the hand, that's why I'm
Little
asking.
bit. Little bit.
Okay. So 80 to 90% lecture was proper?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sanket, you please unmute. Sorry, mute. Sanket. Sanket Chingade. Vishwajit CR. Vishwajit Rajput. Are you there?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Was there any problem regarding connectivity?
Sir, that network problem is there in my area. That's why I might thinking there is problem.
Yes, of course. If there is network problem in your area, that cannot be resolved from this end. Just as this was the first lecture, that's why I'm taking some feedback from you people. Zubair Khan. Zubair Khan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what was the problem?
सर साउंड डिसेबल हो जा रहा था सर 1-2 मिनट के लिए बीच बीच में 2-3 बार
Okay, okay. Try to say manage your network, like अगर कुछ ऐप वगैरह चल रहे हैं मोबाइल पे हो या फिर लैपटॉप पे हो, तो वैसे तो वीडियो सबका बंद किया तो bandwidth will be utilized properly. Don't worry about that. Okay, so thank you all of you. I will end this session here, and you have to connect into the another meeting, not into the same, because this meeting was arranged for SDL3. You will see into the calendar, you will see another meeting scheduled at 11:50. Lecture will be started at 12 o'clock by Dr. KB Khanjanani sir and myself. I will be there for 15 to 20 minutes only. Later on, Khanjanani sir will continue. And what and those who are having problem with Teams login, they will be getting a fresh link, new link for joining next lecture. Okay, don't use this link. This link is for SDL3 only. I will send on the group. I will send fresh link for analog electronics 2 lecture. For 3U1, Dr. KB Khanchandani will be the subject teacher. For 3U2, myself will be the subject teacher. Okay, so if there is no query from your side, I'll wait for 1 minute only. If there is no query from your side, I will say end this meeting. Thank you. I'll wait for 1 minute.
Sir, look.
Yes, Vishwajit. Yes.
सर सर वो फ्री इलेक्टिव जो सब्जेक्ट है उसमें सर वो 4 सब्जेक्ट है या फिर वो सिर्फ सिग्नल एंड सैटेलाइट एंड वाला वो वाला सब्जेक्ट
you have my mobile. After completing say college session, you may personally contact me. I'll guide you. Yeah. Do you have my mobile? Yes, on group, of course. Okay.
Yes.
You call me after say 3 o'clock or say 2 o'clock. Later on, I will elaborate related to free elective.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Shall I end the meeting, all of you? Thank you very much.
Mandar. Mandar. Mandar.